If you have been feeling like life's testing you lately, like the things that used to feel stable are wobbling just enough to make you question everything, you're not crazy. You're in the energy of meaning and nourishment colliding. This week is all about asking what is worth fighting for and what's finally time to stop carrying. Because sometimes it's not that life is falling apart, it's that it's rearranging itself to match the truth you've been too strong to speak out loud. I'm Coach Diamond Drip, and this is your Energy Weather Report, where we talk about the real, raw, emotional side of human design without the jargon. Let's dive into this week's energy and what it's trying to awaken in you. Last week, the energy was asking us to look at the structures we've built, not just the physical ones, but the emotional scaffolding we use to hold our lives together. It's been about responsibility, boundaries, and those invisible rules we follow without realizing we never agreed to them. For many of us, it felt like something was crumbling. Maybe it was finances, relationships, or the way we've been holding space for everyone else. But what was really happening was clarity. Life was saying, you don't have to hold this all by yourself anymore. That crumbling wasn't collapse, it was compost. It was showing us what systems no longer feed our soul. And the reflection question of that energy, hmm, where in my life did I realize I've been holding something out of duty instead of devotion? Now, this week's energy is potent. It's raw. It's the kind that makes you question why you're even on this path. And then, in the middle of the questioning, something inside whispers, because it's who you are. The sun in gate 28 brings up the search for meaning through struggle. It's that feeling of fighting for something you can't quite name. Could be purpose, alignment, peace. But knowing that giving up would betray something sacred inside of you. And the earth, grounding us in gate 27, reminds us that while we're out here fighting for meaning, we still have to nourish what matters. We still have to feed the life that feeds us emotionally, physically, spiritually. Together, these energies say, you are not meant to survive the game of life. You're meant to play it with heart. There's beauty in this balance between purpose and care, between struggle and softness. It's that moment you see your passion isn't just about progress, it's about presence. The same spark that pushes you forward also reminds you why you started. Maybe that looks like checking your bank account and realizing the numbers don't define your abundance. Maybe it's realizing that saying no to a relationship dynamic isn't rejection, it's self preservation. Or maybe it's the quiet truth that sometimes the most meaningful battles are the ones that bring you back home to yourself. The sun this week is shining on places in us that crave meaning. The part that asks, what's all this for? And its shadow, this energy can make us feel like life is just one long uphill climb. We start to wonder if we're fighting for something that even matters. The mind spirals, the doubt grows. But when we shift into the gift, when we surrender to the idea that meaning isn't found, it's created. That is when something shifts. We stop running from the struggle and start listening to it. We stop treating our hard seasons like punishment and start treating them like initiations. Where have you been confusing struggle with failure? Where in your life feels hard because it's deeply meaningful? How might you redefine winning this week? Not as success, but as staying aligned with your truth. If the sun asks us to find meaning in the fight, the earth asks us to remember why we care in the first place. This energy is about nourishment, but not the pretty kind we post about. It's the quiet, consistent, I'm taking care of myself so I can take care of others kind of love. At its shadow, this energy can slip into overgiving, trying to pour from an empty cup, trying to fix others so we don't have to sit with our own emptiness. But in its gift, Gate 27 reminds us that generosity has to be sustainable. True care has boundaries. True love includes you. Where are you offering care that costs more than your peace? What does it look like to feed yourself first, spiritually, emotionally, physically? And what are you ready to stop apologizing for needing? I'm going to share 5 things that are going to help this week. The first is to create meaning. Don't chase it. Your purpose won't arrive in a neat little package. It's being sculpted through every choice you make right now. 2, simplify to soothe. Clarity comes when you remove the noise. Write it out, breathe it out, walk it out. Number 3, tell the truth kindly. Honesty is healing, especially when it's gentle and grounded in love. Number 4, let your body speak. The tension, the headache, any sort of embodiment issues, infections, disease, dis-ease in your body, it's all feedback from your inner compass. Your body will let you know what is going on, and it is imploring you to listen. And lastly, rest like it's strategy. Pausing is not quitting. It's how you gather strength to keep playing the game with purpose. Now, that's going to help this week. What may trip you up, I've also given you 5 things. Number 1, over-identifying with the struggle. You are not the chaos you are navigating. Number 2, rescuing instead of relating might trip you up. Helping others does not mean carrying them, at least that way. Number 3, comparing journeys. Meaning is personal. What feeds someone else might starve you. Number 4, forcing clarity might trip you up this week. Not knowing is sacred. Let uncertainty teach you trust. And lastly, ignoring the body's yes, no is definitely going to trip you up this week. The body tells the truth long before the mind admits it. Listen. This week, life might feel like it's testing your faith, not to break you, but to make you more honest with yourself. You might be asked to surrender a timeline, a plan, or even a relationship dynamic that no longer fits who you're becoming. You might catch yourself trying to hold it all together, the finances, the family, the identity, and realize maybe it's okay to stop gripping so hard. We are being invited to redefine what security means. Security isn't in the bank account. It's in the breath. It's in the knowing that you can adapt, that even when things look uncertain, you have the resources you didn't count before. Strength, creativity, community, and beautifully, grace. And that beautiful paradox, when you stop chasing safety, that is when you start feeling safe. So here is your gentle challenge for this week. Let life surprise you with how supported you actually are. Trust that what feels like a breakdown might just be a breakthrough in disguise. And remember, nourishment and meaning are not separate. The way you love, the way you show up, the way you keep choosing truth over comfort, that is your purpose unfolding. You're not falling apart. You're falling into alignment. If this week's energy report hit a little close to home, if you've been navigating the tension between what feels meaningful and what feels draining, it might be time to get some clarity around what your soul is asking for. That's exactly what we do in a clarity session. We get honest about the season you're in, where your energy's leaking, and how to bring your life, business, or relationships back into alignment with your design. Because you don't have to keep guessing your way through the game of life. You can learn the rules your soul came here to play by. So if you're ready to stop surviving and start playing with purpose, the link to book your clarity session is right below this video. Remember, meaning and nourishment go hand in hand. When you take care of your energy, life starts taking care of you.